A very good day to you and welcome to the program. Today I've got the whole family here. I've got my 2 dogs, I've got my horse. I'm sitting underneath an oak tree. I feel like John Wesley on the road. He was always stopping under oak trees, wasn't he? I've got a special message for some of you today. It's the story of Elijah. You know, when Elijah was absolutely worn out and he'd been through a terrible drought, and he'd had to run from Jezebel. She says, I'm going to kill you. And he'd been lying in the desert. And he was lying there, and I'm reading from 1 Kings chapter 19 and verse 7. And the angel of the Lord came back the second time and touched him and said, arise and eat, because the journey is too great for you. Verse 8, so he arose and ate and drank, and he went in the strength of that food for 40 days and 40 nights, as far as Horeb, the mountain of God. God feeds us so that we can feed others. God fed Elijah because he had a task ahead of him. God is feeding you for a reason. You say, Angus, God's been so good to me. He's prospering me, my farm, my business, my family, my health. He's giving me opportunities. Wonderful doors are opening. I have to ask you a question, my dear friend. For what purpose? Remember, you and I are sojourners in a foreign land. This is not our home. We are not going to be here forever. We are passing through. Okay? So why is God blessing you? You're not going to live here for 1,000 years. 70 years, and 10 more years if you have the strength. I want to submit to you, God is blessing you so that you can bless other people. And what I've found with the Lord, the more you give to God, the more He gives back. And the more you give to Him, the more He gives back. And that's what we've experienced. You know, I can tell you a little story. We had a Mighty Men conference here many years ago. I think it was 2007. And that was just before we had that big tent where we had 60,000 men. And we were feeding these men. And we were expecting about 5,000 men, and I think 7,400 men arrived. That's 2,400 more men than we had catered for. Now I'm speaking to all the mothers. I can see you there just shaking already. Can you imagine 2,400 men coming to your house to spend the weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday with your husband, and you had to feed them and you didn't have any food? Can you imagine? Well, the kitchen staff came running to me when they heard of how many men were coming. They said, Angus, please, 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 just tell them to go easy with the food. I said, of course I will. And I was so pumped up. I'd never seen so many men in my life at that time. And I got up on the platform and I said, boys, we're going to have supper now. And I've just had a message from the kitchen. And the ladies are saying, please eat as much as you can. And there were some big farmers there. And they went in there and their plates were just laden with food. And they went back for seconds. And they went back again. Do you know that after that weekend, we gathered up 36 baskets of leftovers of food. We fed them 3 meals because the breakfast they got themselves. We fed them Friday night supper, Saturday lunchtime, and Saturday night. 36 baskets divided by 3 is 12 baskets collected after each meal. When Jesus fed the 5,000, how many baskets were picked up? 12 baskets. Folks, I started to cry when I heard that. I want to say something to you. God feeds you so that you can feed others. So whatever He's blessed you with, it's for a reason. Enjoy it and share it around. Till next time, goodbye.
We trust that you have been blessed by today's message. For more information, please visit angusbuchan.com.